Hello GetUp fam, it's your girl Bamsi again. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, you're very much welcome. And do not forget to subscribe so that you receive a notification when I post new videos. And if you've been watching my videos, thank you very much for being faithful and being part of the GetUp family. Do not forget to click the link in the description below, and the link leads you to a survey about the GetUp curriculum, what you think about it and how we can make it better when we are creating content in the future. And today our topic is going to be focused on like a girl's stereotype. I say in quotes because it's quite interesting. You're going to find out, so stay tuned. So like I mentioned, the title of today's video is the like a girl stereotype. I was inspired to name this video the like a girl stereotype because I watched a commercial by Always where they brought a group of older women, let's say like young adults, women and men, as well as little boys, and he also brought a group of like little girls aged about, I would say, 10 years old. And so they asked the first, during the commercial, they asked the first group of people, which were the women, the women that were like young adults, and then the older men, and they asked them to run like a girl. And so most of them were trying to like do what they think a girl run, the way they think a girl runs. And then they asked like little girls, like the 10-year-old girls, to run like a girl, and they ran the way they would run because they are girls. And so at the end of the commercial we could see that, let me show you. So so when they say run like a girl, the people that the young adults, this is how they were running. And then when they asked the little 10-year-olds to run like a girl, they were like, yes, they ran like girls. And so it just, like, this commercial just got me thinking, and it just made me understand that in our cultures we are really influenced by the information we get from the people around us, society, the social media and everything. Like, we're just really influenced by components around us, and that also influences how we see the world and also influences the decisions we make in our lives. So for example, me, if I were asked to run like a girl, I would probably run like the young adult. And wow, for a young girl that's 10 years old, she runs to the best of her ability. So that just makes me understand, wow, like I've really been influenced by the gender stereotypes and the societal biases that exist. So I'm an advocate for, I'm a feminist, I'm proudly feminist, and I'm an advocate for equal rights between both genders. But there are some times that I fall prey to gender stereotypes, not because sometimes I'm even unaware of it, and it's not because I think I'm getting comfortable, like gender stereotypes, like when they say a woman should just see, the man should pay for everything. It's kind of comfortable and it's kind of attractive, so I'd rather just do that. But sometimes I do not do that because let's say I would say, I don't like maths, it's for guys. So sometimes I subconsciously say that, and it's because of what I've grown up hearing, and like how the society just handles these kinds of things in various areas around the world. So that's a little background of the like a girl stereotype, the title like a girl stereotype. Apart from the commercial, there are other factors, like when you go to a shop. Let's say if I'm a young mom now and I go into a shop and I want to get like a doll for my baby, like a girl, and so she gets into the shop, she's like, hey mommy, I want to get a new doll. I'm super excited. And then I take the kid to the shop and you can see a whole section pink with girly dolls, nice curly hair, and then you see another section that is either blue or unisex color like green, and then you see like machine guns or toy guns and all this stuff and all this Roblox and all that stuff. And then the girl is like, oh, most of my friends have the pink one, so I'm gonna get the pink one. And sometimes it's what the child likes, right? But think about a scenario where there was no there was no color, like there was no stereotype, like the girl could choose whatever she felt like she liked. She wouldn't necessarily be like, she wasn't necessarily influenced by her friends or what she saw around the society, but she really just picked out what she was interested in. So the fight for gender equality really starts when you're young, and no matter how much of a feminist you are, not everyone in the society is, and so these little biases still exist. And so it's important for all of us to create like it's important for everyone to come together and be on the same page so that we can create an equal world. Like, people manufacturing dolls should try to make them more, they can be pink dolls, they can be blue dolls, they should be green dolls, but there shouldn't be any particular doll specifically marketed towards the women, except it's important for their upbringing and stuff like that. Okay, so now I shed light on like the toys. And so now, how do we try to prevent falling prey to gender stereotypes? And so it's kind of easy, but yeah, it's kind of not easy. It's obvious what the solution is, but since it's so obvious, many of us kind of like lose sight of it. And so the solution is education. So in order for us to promote a world where there is gender equality, we all have to be educated on the harms of gender stereotypes in our society and gender inequality in our society. And by education, I mean like starting from kindergarten, starting from elementary school. Like you don't, because if a teacher is teaching and she has these subconscious biases, she could make statements like, you don't need to stress, you don't need to try to figure out what the solution is anyway, because the guy is going to know, he's going to solve it, and when he's rich, he'll just take care of you. All you need to do is just look pretty, and you just need to sit down in one place and look pretty. So it's super important that we educate our kids, teachers, everyone in the society, so that we can all be on board and be aware of the negative effects of gender stereotypes in our communities. I'm going to be talking about the negative effects of gender equalities in our society, so please stay tuned. So there was one time that I went to like a center to study how to write the SAT, because I was about to take the SAT and apply for colleges to study abroad. And so while I was going to the center and working hard to be able to get the kind of scholarship I wanted to get, one guy said to me, why are you working so hard? Like, why are you working like a guy? Like, you're supposed to just chill, relax, and not really stress that much, and then the guy is going to hustle and do what he needs to do, and then he's going to come back and take care of you. And so like that's the question I was asked. I wouldn't say I saw the question in negative light. However, when I did more research about feminism, about gender stereotypes, and how they come to play in our societies, I was able to pinpoint, that statement, even though I felt like, I'm hardworking, so they think I behave like a guy, so yay, I'm proud of that. But even though I saw that as a compliment, when I come to do my research by educating myself, I was able to see how gender stereotypes come to play in my community and in my society. And so you might be wondering, how does that statement display gender stereotypes in our community? By saying that I do not have to work as hard as a guy. Why am I working so hard as if I was a guy? Just shows that, women are not supposed to work so hard. They're just supposed to sit in their comfort zone and wait for men to come take care of them. And so that's how, like, just little statements in our society, I'm able to are just signs of gender stereotypes, are just signs of what we have been brought up to believe in. And so it's very important that we should pay attention to these gender stereotypes in our communities in order to create a better world for everyone and a better world for ourselves. So I said I was going to tell you about the harmful effects of gender stereotypes. Well, we're going to get back into business pretty soon. One thing that is very important for all of us to know is gender stereotypes affect everyone. You might lose sight of this. Like I earlier mentioned, you need to educate yourself in order to be able to identify gender stereotypes in our community. I wrote an article on LinkedIn, and I was really talking about seeing gender inequality through an unconventional lens. And I was just talking about the fact that even as a feminist or someone that is fighting for gender equality, when I say the word gender equality, all I think about is women and thinking about trying to create equal rights for men and women. But if you look at it on the other side, it's like men too also fall prey of the gender stereotypes that are in our society. For example, I'm a man, let's say I'm a man, and I want to be a chef, I want to be a cook. In some societies, cooking or any domestic chore is seen to be like the work of a woman. And so as a man, you wanting to be a cook makes you a lesser man than your fellow men. And so you're being not encouraged to follow what your passion or what your dream is. But imagine that there were no gender stereotypes, and imagine that nobody was supposed to fit into a particular mold. Then every individual would be free to do whatever they wanted to do. As a man, if you wanted to be a chef, yes, you can be a chef. Everybody will encourage you because that's your passion and that's what you feel you were called to do. As well as a woman who wants to be an engineer, no, she's not going to be discouraged from being an engineer. Rather, she's going to be encouraged, like, oh wow, this is your passion, I think you can do it, just go ahead and you are going to do it. So there are many other harmful effects of gender stereotypes, but this is the obvious one. It limits our ability to work at our full potential because we can be discouraged by our friends and loved ones who think they're trying to help us out, but they're actually stifling our growth and preventing us from working at our full potential. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my running skills and my acting, and super excited disposition, and I'm super excited to have you here today. Thank you very much for watching my video, and if you came up to this point, I'm super excited and I'm totally grateful. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and do well to watch my next video, which is coming up soon. Stay tuned. And lastly, before I forget, do not forget to click the link in the description below to watch to take the survey that would give me feedback on how I'm doing with my videos and what I can do to be better. And